welcome to my next YouTube video. And in this video, I submit to you that I will speak honestly and truly. You're not gonna have any cuts, paste, edits, da 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 da. It's literally just me delivering some value to you about how I have moved from A to B. Essentially, in my long form of videos, I coach. Essentially, I help people to unify the vision that they have for their lives in the way that they can articulate it, write it down, and work towards it so it stops being dreams. Like, your dreams are not meant to be just dreams. And I think ultimately, like, when it comes to transformation, when it comes to changing and improving your life, essentially there are 4 stages of transformation. And today we are on season 1, episode 4, which is awareness of the body. But before we jump into that, I just wanted to do a quick update. So essentially, I'm between contracts. I am a pharmacist by background. It is what pays the bills currently, but at the same time, I'm working on some really, really exciting ways to increase capacity and access in GP practice. I am an entrepreneur. I am also a coach. I'm also a health strategist. And I look at ways of working, ways of collaboration, ways that we can kind of solve the NHS's biggest problems in primary care. So with that said, like, one of my biggest passions though is transformation coaching. It is coaching because I love the idea of working with people on a common goal in terms of moving them forwards. Like, I really do enjoy kind of figuring out how people move forwards and sharing that with an audience. And currently at the moment, I coach people in the pharmaceutical industry. I coach pharmacists. I have also done some coaching with GP partners and people who work in GP practice essentially. And yeah, it's what I really love doing. And so yeah, anyway, so that over. So like today I wanted to talk about awareness of the body, because I think one thing people often forget is that it's important to exercise, but sometimes like it's not always that simple, like just exercising. Now, it's important to be aware of exercise because exercise has a huge impact on your brain function and your brain development. When you become aware that like the way you're living is not the way you currently want to live, there are certain things that you need to change. And I apologize for the background noise. Like, I don't think I can do anything about it, but we will do this video regardless. So stick with me now, because I've got some really important things to say about like exercise. So I work out every single day. There are days recently that I haven't been to the gym because, and to be honest, you don't even need to go to the gym to work out, but there's been days recently because I went to the Best Practice Conference. I also went to the Pharmacy Show. To those of you who don't know what those things are, they're just GP conferences and pharmacy conferences, biggest events of the year. And I was doing networking for my business, Capacity Plus. But on those days, essentially, it's not I couldn't work out, but I just had other priorities. But that's not to say when I came back to base, when I came back to Bexley, where I live, back into exercise. Went for a run yesterday, went to the gym as well, went to the gym every single day since I've been back. My whole body is sore. I had an ice bath yesterday, so we're back in the thick of it. But the most important thing is I didn't start this way. I didn't start just by like suddenly being like, okay, yeah, like every day I'm gonna go to the gym. What I did do was I read a book called Atomic Habits, and essentially Atomic Habits teaches us that we don't need to kind of change the world in a single day, but we can make one small atomic change to improve the situations of our lives. And so essentially, in terms of what I did with the gym, I was going to the gym every single day, but I started by just being like, okay, let me just go for this one day. I literally put one day in front of the other. This was like, I think this was like is it 2 years ago? Like, I think it was 2 years ago. So like 2 years ago in April, I said to myself that I want to go to the gym on a daily basis. And I didn't know what I was going to get out of going to the gym, but I just knew that I needed to be more consistent. And I think being consistent with your body is probably one of the best ways to develop consistency, because when you become aware that your life needs to change, it's important that you become a more consistent person. And I found it interesting because like I was listening to something the other day on my run, and one thing that really hit me from what I was listening to was that in order to change the world, you must change yourself first. So like, in order for you to kind of be a force of good for the world, rather than trying to change the world, like, you should actually seek to change yourself. And so like, practically speaking, for me, that means being more disciplined, being more focused, being more passionate, being more organized. Like, I needed to be all of these. And yeah, I needed to be all of these things. Apologies guys, my video, apologies, my video, my phone memory was full, so I have to reshoot this, so apologies for the edit. But hey, whilst we're here, if you like what I'm saying, it'll be great if you give me a like, a subscribe, etc, etc. Comment below if you've got any ideas in terms of how people can start exercising, because it's really important for your brain function. Now back to the video that you're watching. And the thing is, like, exercise has such a huge impact on your ability to be disciplined, on your ability to be consistent with other aspects of life. Like being fit and being healthy gives you the best fighting chance you have in a world that is already very difficult. Like, life is challenging. We all know that life is suffering. So in order to negate that, in order to lift from that suffering, it's important that, it's funny, it's kind of ironic, but we kind of have to suffer a bit more. Like, we kind of have to suffer a bit more in a sense of like going for that run, going for that walk, going for that exercise. And to be honest, what I've read from neuroscientists and, you know, people who are in exercise sports advise that you need to do a minimum of 3 to 4 days a week of aerobic activity. So workouts that make you feel like not just like, you know, lackadaisical approach to working out. But to be honest with you, I would say that it's better than nothing for you to just show up in the gym. And so like, my priority and what made me to be consistent was I decided to just show up, because I knew that if I would show up, most likely I'll do a workout. So like, they say showing up is half the job. And to be honest with you, like, until recently, I've just been showing up in the gym. And I'm gonna show you a picture of my physique in like, yeah, I think that picture is gonna come up now. But anyway, like, so that's my physique, and that was just from showing up in the gym. Now I'm being more intentional, but it's been fair enough, granted, it's been about 2 years and I'm more intentional now. Well, more recently in the last, like, you know, 4 or 5 months, because, you know, my girlfriend rather is a personal trainer. But yeah, so like like, I do advise that you start off from a place of just showing up, and yeah, let that be the main thing. Just focus on just being in the geographical space of the gym, or like being in the geographical space of where you want to work out, and let that be the thing that happens on a daily basis. I think if you can overcome yourself, then it's easier to overcome the world. It's easier to overcome the world around you. And yes, to some extent, you have to overcome the world around you, but you can't just start from there. You have to start from here. You have to start from here and lead from here. And this is why I think it's so important to be aware of your body, because when you start to move, when you start to work out, when you start to exercise, it improves your brain function, it improves your ability to act, it improves your ability to think and reason, it improves your ability to retain information. You actually create new brain cells by exercising. And so I really encourage you to exercise, because the brain cells you don't have can't help you. Like, the brain cells you don't have cannot help you. So if there's things and characters and attributes and things that you need to birth, things that you need to be on this journey of transformation, when you're going from one place to another, like, exercise is very much a part of that journey. And so I really encourage you, for those of you who are seeking transformation, if you're seeking to improve, like, it starts from the self, it starts from the body. So we have come to the end of this video. I hope you found this video useful. Yeah, and just focus on just showing up and let that be. So peace out, and I will see you in the next video. Have a nice day.